stealing people's properties. You don't know what you're doing. You're just taking money, gouging them for all you can, and taking money and running off with it. Oh, I'm gonna crush all that for you right now in this one video. I'm gonna talk to you today about 5 myths in wholesaling real estate. What's good, real estate family? It's your man Mike the Negotiator. Talk about wholesaling real estate, how you can get the bag in real estate with no experience. And I'm talking about a bag. And if you've been following me or if you've heard about me, just know I've made lots of money and closed lots of deals in real estate, and I do not have a license. And I'm hoping you can get into real estate and start making some real money yourself, whether you take it as a side hustle or as your real business. But I have to bust these myths because I've been doing this for over 7 years, and I hear a lot of chatter. I hear real estate agents knocking wholesalers. I see regular business professionals and regular people in general just don't know what they're talking about. So I have to crush these myths once and for all. So now you don't have to say, well, I don't know if I want to wholesale. I'm not sure if it's the right thing for me. So let's get right into it right now. And let's start with myth number 1. You need a lot of capital to start wholesaling or to get into real estate. Busted. That myth is not true. You do not need actually any money to start wholesaling real estate technically. Now, when I say that, there are methods where you don't have to use not a single dollar to get into wholesaling. Matter of fact, my first wholesale deal was with $0 out of my pocket. People will not believe me, but I am here to tell you that's exactly what happened. And I'll tell you how. I went on Craigslist and I posted a bunch of free ads saying, I would like to buy your house, or I buy mobile homes. I posted about 7 to 10 ads daily for weeks and weeks. Finally, after I would say, I think it was after about 2 months, I was getting some calls here and there, but after a couple months, I did get a call, and it was someone who wanted to sell their mobile home property on some land. I was able to get the contract into the title company, close the deal, find a buyer, close the deal, and I made $6,000 on my first deal with $0 out of my pocket. All I did was post free ads on Craigslist, make a few phone calls. I went to the property, took some pictures with my phone, sent it to the title company. I did not put any earnest money down, and I closed the contract, closed the deal with $0 out of my pocket. Totally doable, and it's a false myth that you need a lot of money to start wholesaling. Let's step into myth number 2, which I would love to crush once again. Wholesaling is illegal and is unethical, especially without a license. Wrong. Myth busted. Super busted. And I hate hearing this. I hate hearing people say wholesaling is unethical. Why would you do that? You're stealing people's properties. You don't know what you're doing. You're just taking money, gouging them for all you can, and taking money and running off with it. Oh, that burns me up so bad. But let me tell you all the facts of wholesaling and why, 1, it's not illegal, and 2, it is not unethical. We're in the people business. We're in the business of helping people. It is a service. It is a wholesaling fee that we receive for our service. And it's made clear and cut in the contract and when we're talking to our clients or home sellers and our home buyers. Wholesaling is illegal in a few states with a few technicalities which can be worked around through contracts and attorneys. So once again, nothing is illegal. When we sign a contract with a home seller, it is a legally binding contract. It goes to a title closing company, which has to go through attorneys, through the state, and through a filing process. There's nothing illegal about that at all. And the fact that we don't have a license just means we didn't go to a school to get a certificate to say, hey, we're on a pedestal and we can do things better because we have this license over here. It's no different. When I get a contract with a seller, it is completely legit, goes to an attorney's office. The seller understands the terms. I understand the terms. We sign a contract. Monies are exchanged. Deal is closed. 100% not illegal. And all you agents and people who don't know no better, stop bashing wholesalers. On top of that, wholesalers, when we are doing this service for people, we are 100% helping them. We are casting out are advertisements saying, how can we help you sell your property? What do you need to do to sell your property? And they will tell us. And it's our job to find out how much it will cost to rehab this property, give it to our buyers so they can actually flip it and make a profit, and have our seller be happy with the amount of money they get at closing. Everyone is happy at the closing table, or else it's not a deal. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make other people happy. And that's the only way you will stay in business in wholesaling, is if everyone in the process is happy. If you take advantage of somebody and take over their property and give them a lowball number that they just don't agree on or don't know about, that is up to you as an ethical human being. But I guarantee you that homeowner, if they have another house, they will not come back to you to sell that property. They will not refer you. And if they feel like it, they will go to the depths as far as they can to sue you. And if they have a liable claim and it wasn't in the contract, they can come after you for your unethical, shitty behavior. But that's not what we do here. That's not what I teach when it comes to wholesaling. So keep it ethical. Make sure your state and local county allows you to wholesaling. If not, talk to a legal real estate attorney in your area to find out the exact points that you need to hit. Or even a title company will tell you, you can do this, you can double close, you can do assignment, and whatnot. But wholesaling is completely legal and ethical. Every time I close a deal, my sellers are completely happy and they do continual business with me. Myth bust. Let's bust myth number 3 that I hear all the time as well. You need experience in real estate to sell a house. Wrong. Myth busted once again. As I get into this again, wholesaling is the act of making a transaction with the transition of a piece of paper, a contract, being sold to an end buyer. You're selling the contract, a piece of paper, to the end buyer. So you're not picking up a house and selling a house. We can't blur lines when it comes to that. So to really understand wholesaling, you are selling the contract of a property to someone else. So that is completely legal and logical once you think about it and you start to understand what wholesaling really is. So when I sign a contract with a home seller, we're going to go over the terms. They're going to sign the contract. Now I have the power in my hands. No different from when you go to a real estate agent's office and you want that agent to represent you to sell their home. You have to sign a contract and paperwork saying, I authorize this person to do the transaction of selling my home. No different. We're just maybe using different contracts, but the terms and everything is almost completely the same. And only difference is we don't get paid a commission, which will be written into your contract. We decide our fee, and we will either let our seller know what the fee is, or we'll double close, which means we will make a temporary purchase of the property to resell it to an end buyer. You do not need experience. When I closed my first deal, once again, I only learned about wholesaling through YouTube University and a couple other people that I just really follow and trust and learn. And I was like, I really don't trust this. Let me look up the legal aspects of this. And I went on Google. Google's your best friend. You got ChatGPT. You got your local laws. Look it up yourself and go say, hey, can I wholesale a property in my state, in my county, in my city? And so that's how I learned and got my experience in real estate, was doing my own research, looking around, making some calls, talking to title companies, talking to sellers, talking to buyers. I got the information myself, and that was the only experience I had. I didn't go to real estate school. I didn't have a real estate dad, mom, mentor, any of that. You can learn this on your own, and you don't need experience to start right away, and once again, with a little bit of money out of your pocket. Myth bust. Myth number 4. Wholesaling is quick and easy money. I have to agree that it is easy money, but it is not quick and it's not actually easy. It's simple. It's very simple to close a wholesaling deal, but it's not as easy as everyone portrays it. You might see A bunch of these ads out here with these guys are saying, "Oh yeah, it's no problem. You can make money in 2 weeks or less. Close your first deal, make tons of money, make 50,000, make 100,000." Of course, they're going to tell you that to, of course, maybe get their course or buy into their program or whatnot. But when you get into wholesaling, understand the dynamics of what wholesaling really is. There is no real get rich scheme that will get you rich very quickly. Understand you're dealing with people's property and livelihood. You don't see any real estate agents who guarantee you will make $100,000 your first month, your second month, your third month, even your first year. But wholesaling, while it is possible, and I have closed a deal for $56,000 in 22 days, actually it was 20 days, it's possible, but it's not always likely, and it's not going to always be a home run, and it's not going to always be quick. You're dealing with people's properties, emotions, and livelihood. So with that comes, you have to get a contract. You have to negotiate with the seller. That might take you a week. Then you get an appointment, take some pictures, make an email, and now you have to market to, you get the contract and you send it to the title company. That's the first about 10 days, okay? Now we get to, you have to find a buyer. So you have to get the right buyer. So you might have one buyer come through and say, "Hey, I'll take that property." You might have 5 to 10 buyers come by and finally decide, "Hey, I do want that property." That might take you another week or 2 weeks. The price might be wrong. You might have to renegotiate. The seller might get sick. The buyer might need a little bit more time to get all their funds together. The title company might have title issues. There might be a lien on the property that has to be cleared up. It might take you 3 months to close that one deal. It might be worth $75,000, but it might not happen overnight. It might not happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. It's going to take some grind. You have to take that curve with you, that learning curve of how to talk to sellers, negotiate, get the contract where it needs to go to, have the title company work with you. Find a good, strong buyer list to where the buyer's like, "Yes, here's the money. Let's close on this date." It's going to take some time to do this. You're an actual business. You're running a business service with real estate, dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions. Don't let that scare you. They're just numbers. But that's the reality of it. Wholesaling is sweet and beautiful when you run it like a business, treat it like a business, and you do everything the way it's supposed to be done and close and be a man of your word. That's how wholesaling works. You're not going to come in and make a deal straight away. But once you do get it and it's set and you know the pros and the cons and the ins and the outs, you got your title company lined up, you have your buyer lined up, you got your seller leads coming in. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. And you can easily have a $50,000 to $100,000 month after month after month after month. But it takes some time. It's a real business. Don't think it's a get rich scheme. Myth busted. Wholesaling is not quick and easy. Okay, for our fifth and final myth buster for wholesaling real estate, wholesaling is not a business that you can scale. People like to say wholesaling, you just get one deal or two deals, and then it takes months and years till you get your next deal. Well, yeah, for some of you who don't exactly know what you're doing or don't really treat it like a business, it is highly scalable. Just like real estate agents who come into an office and they don't sell a house for a year, but once they've built up that client list for a whole year, that second year is when that really starts, the fruits of their labor starts to germinate, and they get their leads in and they're closing February, March, April, May, and they're starting to see everything pay off. And wholesaling is the same way. It's scalable because the whole time you're getting these leads and you're selling these deals, you're building your buyers list. You're building your sellers list and potential clients who will refer you to someone else. And then once your money starts growing and you start understanding, okay, I did a deal for $50,000. Let me take $35,000, put it all into my marketing, direct mailer, seller leads, pay per click, ads, banners, Facebook, and the leads start coming back in. Now you have too many leads calling you and your business is growing. Now you're hiring a VA, a personal assistant, someone to take in the leads. Then you need someone to dispo the deals to your buyers. Then you need a whole team to make sure the closing happens. So it's very, very scalable. There are tons of people with distressed properties who don't know where to sell their property, don't want to go to an agent, and they rather just have cash and deal with somebody with private money to close the deal for them. And you take your fee, your team's paid, seller's happy, buyer, everyone's happy. It feeds a lot of families. It feeds a lot of people. It's an actual job in a business. I know wholesalers that have whole offices with 50, 20 to 30 callers calling leads all day, dispoing leads. Highly scalable. I myself, VAs, it had to be important to my business because the leads were coming in. So it's a scalable business. I don't know where anyone gets that from. Lots of money, lots of opportunity. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe, like and subscribe this video if you want to see more of it. It helps my algorithm build so you can start learning how to make a lot of money in real estate with no experience. I'm also going to be tapping into other business ventures within real estate. It's not just wholesaling, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I salute you for trying to better yourself, elevate your life. Wholesaling changed my life for the better. It can change yours too. I will never not have wholesaling a part of my life or business. I guarantee that. Till the next video though, please do subscribe. Find me on Fanbase since TikTok might be shutting down. I'll be on Fanbase, Mike the Negotiator, National Wholesale League. Facebook, National Wholesale League is our wholesale group. So if you're ready to learn and earn, let's go ahead and get to it. Appreciate you for following the video. See you next time.